Hi there and welcome to another video of measureschool.com with me, Julian. And today we want to talk about Google Data Studio and the new community connectors. Now this is a live session. It's cool that some people are already online and we're gonna go over these changes in a bit. So welcome to this impromptu session that I wanted to do today. And it's really all about Google Data Studio. Now, the last few months have really shown that Google is pretty hard invested into Google Data Studio and the data visualization side. So this is an exciting new time for Google and for us because we can get these capabilities for free in this Google Data Studio update. There has been behind the scenes with Google Data Studio for a while where they have been working with some other companies that actually build data connectors such as Supermetrics to bring this to life, and has been announced 2 days ago that now you will be able to pull in data from community connectors. What does that mean? Well, really, it's about the connectors that connect to other tools like Facebook advertising or Twitter ads that you can now pull directly into Google Data Studio. Now, I would have thought that Google would have taken a little bit more time to actually connect sources like Facebook ads and so on, since it's a Google product. But I applaud them that they have made this actually available to us all. We can actually become developers ourselves. If you are familiar with AppScript, then you would be able to build a connector yourself. All right, let's get into a little demo here. So what does it actually look like? If we go into Google Data Studio, we'll just open up our report here, and we want to add a data source. So I'm going to create a new data source, and on the left side here we have Explore Connectors now, and this will show us their gallery of connectors that they have available right now. So there's a lot from Supermetrics. Obviously they have an edge because they already have a great product for Google Sheets to pull in data, and they've rewritten this in Google for Google Data Studio. So that's great. And we actually see here that there are other companies like AdStage, Funnel.io, Power My Analytics, Analytics Canvas also has some, but also some vendors like CallRail got on the train and pumped data in right away. So that's great to see. And we see oftentimes Supermetrics, obviously they have a lot of connectors already, so you can pull data from Vimeo, Yandex, Metrica, Tumblr, Reddit, Stripe here, Pinterest, so that's great. And as you might know that Supermetrics is normally a paid product, so you would need to get a license if you want to pull data into Google spreadsheets. Nowadays or maybe for the beginning now, the Data Studio is actually free, so you can connect that to your Data Studio account and can pull data directly from these tools into Data Studio. So let's try this out. I actually have a Facebook ads account. I've added this already. Now, once you add this, we can go through this probably with this Facebook Insights connector. You first of all need to authorize your account that your account wants to pull data from this connector. And this is normally the Google account. So you need to connect it, for example, to AppScript. And then once you have done that, you will get another authorization request where you actually want to pull this data from Facebook. So you need to log into Facebook again. So I'm just going to do this now. And once this is done, we have everything connected, and we should be ready to go. Now, actually, I don't want to get my page data here. I want to get my Facebook ads data. And yeah, this is as easy as selecting the account and then going ahead and selecting here a conversion window. Don't actually know if this is something that feels that is so important to correct the right thing here, because will they reshape the data, or will they calculate the data in the background? I don't really get it, but I will go with the 28-day click window and connect this all. And then once my internet connection holds up, we should be able to see our data here. So we have a lot of different metrics and dimensions. Now, as you know, if you have worked with Data Studio, the blue ones are the dimensions, the green ones are, no, the blue ones are the metrics, the green ones are the dimensions, and you could even calculate your own metrics. So unfortunately, Facebook gives us a lot of different metrics and dimensions, and therefore the list is pretty long. So we have 386 metrics and dimensions. So it's really hard to find actually what you would need from this data. My first inclination, if I would build something like this, is to actually have a menu to pick this out and say, okay, I want to have this, this, and this data. Now this makes it really, really hard. I don't know if you can actually, yeah, we could disable this, but we cannot actually delete it to make it a little bit clearer. Now, this is unfortunate. So most of the times when you would go through Facebook ads data, you want to have your click data, and this is normally, we could probably search for the fields for the click data here, and we see here all clicks, but we want to get our link clicks, so that would be this one, and we have that available. We want to have our conversion rate. Well, it's really probably the action. So see here, you need to have a good knowledge of what you can actually pull from Google, from Facebook ads, in order to get the right dimensions here and see if they're in here. Now, even if you find them, you won't be even able to do anything here. You would need to, once you add them to the report, so let's add them to the report here, you will have them now available in your menu. So if we build a scorecard, easy as this, and then we can select our metric here. And obviously here we have all our metrics. Now we can choose the clicks here. Okay. And let's go with our link clicks. Create this metric. No, not create this metrics, just choose it. And we see in this time period we had 1,300 clicks. So that would be for, let's put a date range in here and say the last 7 days, because we're actually running Facebook ads at the moment. So now I'm getting a system error. So as you see, Google Data Studio is probably not yet super robust in a sense of data recovery. But at the same time, this could also be something in the data connector. So unfortunately, I'm getting an error here. Let me just reload this and see if we can get it working again. But yeah, you can now pull the data directly from the source. So here we get our clicks. That is great. What about our conversions? In our case, that would be leads. So let's pull in our leads here. Oh, that's not the data source. Metric. We've got our leads. Website leads. Okay, I'll go with website leads. I hope this is the right metric. I'm not super sure. No, it's probably not. That's unfortunate. Now, the other unfortunate thing probably, which I would assume, is that it's hard to get conversion data, because there is something called custom conversions within Facebook ads, which you can probably not, that the capabilities of configuring this are up to the community connector, right? So this is built by Supermetrics, and therefore it's probably a bit still in beta in that sense, and they don't have any kind of control what kind of connections I want to build to my data. so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate that I can't show you that right now. I can only go through and search for this as well. But anyways, theoretically, it would be possible to pull that data in and display this on your dashboard, as well as then calculating metrics. So if you go into this data connector again, you could probably say, okay, here's a Facebook, a new field, and we would say conversion rate, and then we would like to take our conversions. So it's probably not the right one. Let's say clicks divided by, let's say, impressions, right? So you can build your own conversion rate calculated metrics, and then have that available as well in the interface. So this is great that we now have this capability, but at the same time, some things are still lacking behind in terms of the visibility on what metrics are actually available and how to find them. So probably Facebook ads could do a better job at this. There is probably the interface of what Google Data Studio gives the developers as capabilities of actually plugging that into the interface here. Otherwise, we probably have more capabilities of actually controlling the data here. So that's a bit unfortunate. I hope this gets a bit updated at some point in the future to make this possible as well and find these metrics a bit easier. But really, you have now the capability of getting data from many different data sources. And so the connectors have really exploded in the last 2 days, because now we have so much more available here to actually pull in. Everything from Facebook ads to Bing ads to Twitter ads. So on the ad side, you're pretty well connected, but also stuff like Instagram, Moz data, if you have an account for that, Pinterest, Twitter analytics. It would be interesting if there would be a Facebook analytics as well at some point. But I don't know if that data is actually open and queryable via the API. But otherwise, this is a great step forward, and now we have that capability. So now you know what it is, how to use it. If you want to find out more a bit more about this, then you can go over to the announcement. Where's the announcement? We had some blog posts. So this is the announcement by Google Data Studio on the Google Analytics blog. You can read through this. Now, we have other outlets that have written about this, but also if you want to get started on building your own data connector, but maybe you have a software out there that you want to connect that is not yet in this gallery, and you would like to have that data in there, you could even build it for your own WordPress blog or so. You could probably start out by reading through these developer documentation. Now you need to actually request an access, I think. I saw that somewhere. So you can't do this right now just by starting to code. You actually need to have like this beta access if you are a developer. Now, my friend Ben Collins also has quickly written something about this. So here we have his blog post, and he actually goes through an example of how to build a community connector with some code examples. So that's something to check out. And again, here in the developer documentation, you also need to request the developer access to actually be able to do this, as far as I read through this. Okay, so these are the sources that I can tell you. I will also link them up in the description below. And that's basically it with the community connectors. So in hindsight, or in conclusion here, a great way for us to pull in data from third-party data sources into Google Data Studio without really Google doing the part of the building the connector, And we are able to build our own connectors even for products that are not yet in this gallery. So if you have any kind of software or open data API that you want to pull in, then you can do that. Downsides, it's a bit buggy, as you saw in this demo. You might run into trouble if you are searching for the right metric here, depending on the API that gives you that data, obviously. And I would also say still Google Data Studio is kind of hard to control when it comes to mixing and matching data. So if you have different data sources, you can still not combine them within the interface. You could take different metrics and pull them all together in like a different way, in different visualizations, but not in one visualization. You couldn't match them up. So I unfortunately would go back again to our data studio tutorial, that we did with Google Sheets, and use Supermetrics to pull the data in, mix and match, and fumble around with the data, put this all together in Google Sheets, and then use that as the data source for your actual dashboard. So I hope this helps you out. And as always, if you like this video, then please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel right over there, because we bring you new videos just like this one. Now, my name is Julian. Till next time.